One of the trickiest things about Photoshop is achieving transparency. That is, removing objects from their backgrounds and then preserving that transparency so it carries over to the video editing system or motion graphics application. This is going to involve things like layer masking and alpha channels. And it seems difficult at first, but the more you get into it, you start to discover that they're all very closely related. The fundamental concept is that we need to create a mask or a channel that will preserve the transparency data. Then this data will be read properly by another application outside of Photoshop. So we're going to start with some basic transparency and then move up to some of the most complicated jobs you might encounter. Let's start with something easy. First up, we have a logo. And my client wants me to put this logo over a video background. In order to do that, I need the white to get knocked out. However, there are white inside of the letters here. Those white letters need to stay, but the white around the boxes needs to come out. Sounds simple. Well, I'll just do a Luma key. But then the letters inside the boxes drop out. What you need to do is an alpha channel, and so we need to remove the background. One of the simplest methods that people will often try are tools like the magic wand. And the magic wand is very much a beginner's tool. It allows you to click inside of an area and it makes a selection. It looks for similar pixels. So I've selected the white and I press delete and I think, oh great. But nothing happened. Well, that's because my background is locked. I need to come over here and double click on the background and name it. Now when I magic wand and select the white along the outside and I press delete, it disappears. And that is one way to quickly extract that. We've now extracted the background and we can save this file. And you think, great, we're all set. However, not all programs will read in the Photoshop transparency as transparency. You need to do this. Command click on the layer thumbnail, or on a PC, control click. That creates an active selection. Click on the Channels tab, and you will see that you have a red, green, and blue channel. Well, down here we have a button that says Save Selection as Channel. When I click that, you'll quickly discover that an alpha channel has been added. That alpha channel will have all of that data available. The black areas will be read as transparency, the white will be opaque. If you're working on an Avid system, and some other systems work this way as well, that data is actually reversed. What you want to do is select the alpha channel after you create it and press Command-I or Control-I to invert the alpha channel. Notice that the channel is inverted. The red is simply a rubylith mask, and that is showing you where the alpha channel exists. That red will not print, and that red will not show up on screen. It's just there in Photoshop to show you where the transparency data is being stored. At this point, it's as simple as saying File, Save As. Pick a format such as PICT or Targa. Specify that you want to include the alpha channel, and you could save that logo out, making sure to use the maximum resolution of 32 bits per pixel with no compression. That file will now read properly into a video editing system. With that said, we have some easier ways that we could have done this. Look closely at the alpha channel. Really, it was just a white and black file. Funny thing is when we started this out, we already had a white and black file. All I need to do is really, in this case, duplicate one of these channels. And I can name it Alpha. And all I need to do is grab my paintbrush and some black and just paint out the letter. You can also just take the marquee tool, lasso around the letter, Option Delete to fill with your foreground color. Preserving the transparency in the logo so it will come through to the video editing system.